Let's bring you up to speed in a different story. In Kwale County, Environment Cabinet Secretary Keriako Tobiko is today launching the planting of 2,000 mangrove trees in Vanga.
The event is part of an initiative to control the emission of carbon dioxide, a greenhouse gas partly responsible for rising global temperatures. Nikki Gitonga has the details from Vanga.
Well, thank you. The Cabinet Secretary in charge of Environment is yet to arrive, but the function is just about to begin. Basically, today the Environment CS is expected to initiate or to grace the occasion of planting over 2,000 mangrove trees. We know that the mangrove trees are very essential when it comes to trapping the carbon emissions from the industries. So far, we also know that according to the SDGs, these are sustainable development goals that were initiated by UNDP in 2016 that had a clarion call of ensuring that we put to an end to poverty, we protect our planet from environmental degradation and even deforestation, so that we ensure we have sufficient food. And that's the reason why even the government wants to initiate a plantation of mangrove trees to enable, because we know the mangrove trees are very important. They serve as a breeding ground for fish, and also they are very vital to ensure they prevent people from extreme weather conditions, especially those that are visiting the coast. The other essential thing, the mangrove trees are very important, as I repeated, in trapping the carbon emissions. With me here is Wambugu to tell us more why the event is so important and why you had to travel all the way from Nairobi to Vanga. Can you tell us why is it important to plant the mangrove trees?
Thank you very much. We are here because we are supporting the protection.
Start with the names.
Okay, my name is Dr. Elizabeth Wambogo, working with Kenya Forest Service. I'm the head of forest management plans in Kenya. And in this particular case for today, we are launching a participatory forest management plans, and this plan is called Vajiki, which includes the communities around Vanga and then Kiwegu. And what they have done, they have come together so that they can be able to form one community forest association called Vajiki to be able to collaborate with the government so that we can be able to protect, conserve, and even increase the area under mangroves. Why they are doing that? Following the Constitution of Kenya 2010 that requires participation of local communities in management of natural resources. The Forest Act, that is the Forest Conservation and Management Act, requires that communities come together, they register a Community Forest Association, which is called a CFA. So here they registered, we started working together, we developed a management plan. We looked at the area where they are working, where they live, how they benefit from the mangrove forest ecosystem, and having agreed on the need to protect and conserve them, we came up with a management plan.
How are the mangroves plantation important when it comes to in line with the Big Four agenda? Because the president wants to ensure the country becomes an industrial and manufacturing hub. We know that if the country will have enough industry, that means they'll be emitting a lot of carbon. So how is it relevant when it comes to the mangrove plantations?
Thank you very much. When it comes to mangrove forest, the mangrove forest is the highest in terms of carbon sequestration. It cannot be compared with any other. We have the above ground and the below ground carbon. And what the communities are doing so that we can be able to conserve and reduce the emission of carbon from the industries and from other sources. They are coming up with ways of having green energy so that we depend less and less on the mangroves. And they are using some husks to come up with charcoal, as you are going to see there in that demonstration. Then when you look at other things like fisheries, they are protecting them so that, you know, the economy in an area like this depends on the fisheries and the blue carbon. And what we are doing with that is that once they depend on it, they will depend less on the mangroves.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
We'll have more interview concerning the blue economy that was recently launched by President Uhuru Kenyatta. We know that, thank you very much, madam. We know that as per the UNEP, that is United Nations Environmental Program, the report they had in 2016, they are saying that the mangrove trees, especially in developing countries like Kenya, Sri Lanka, and Pakistan, have been cleared have been cleared 3 to 5 times compared to other countries, and this has resulted to a huge loss, an economy loss of about 42 billion US dollars per year. That's why there's need for countries, especially that are along the developing countries, to ensure that they add those countries, they add up mangrove trees as part of the mitigation of the climate change that we are facing at the moment. Back to you in studio.